We had prayed for 5 years for a baby. In 1999, we were gifted with a beautiful baby boy. He was amazing. He was the gift that we had prayed for a very long time. January 9th of 2003, everything changed. I was at work. I got some calls on my phone and I silenced the phone. Got done walking the property and meeting with the owner. I checked my messages and Trisha had called twice, and the first message was, "John, come home quick, Eli's been hurt." He apparently had pulled up a chair to the window in his playroom, second story window, and he had pulled himself up in the chair that he shouldn't have been able to do, and he pushed himself out of a screen that he shouldn't have been able to push out of, and he fell head first 13 feet onto the asphalt driveway.
When I found Eli, I immediately called 911 and was on the phone with them for a while. Eli was not conscious, and at first I couldn't even tell if he was breathing. I was pacing a lot and calling out to Jesus a lot, and I remember feeling darkness all around me, even though it was a bright sunny day.
The next message was to meet her at the hospital, at Johnston Willis Hospital. So I knew it was pretty serious, so threw my truck into gear and headed as fast as I could to the hospital. The next message was from a state police special agent who said that Trisha was with him and that they were now med flighting Eli to the university hospital, to VCU. And so I knew that not only was it bad, but it was really bad. And then I got another call, another message, and this one was from the chaplain at VCU. And I didn't know much about chaplains and why they call or what they do at hospitals, but I knew that if they were calling you before you got there, that it must be really serious. And so I didn't know if he would be alive when I got there. In fact, I thought that was probably the only reason that chaplains called. So I told God, I said, I don't know what I'm going to find when I get to the hospital, but no matter what I find, I trust you. And I had this peace, not that everything was okay, but that no matter what happened, everything was going to be okay. I got to the hospital and she looks at me and says, "You're not mad at me?" And I knew at that moment our son's life was on the line and that our marriage could be on the line too. And I wasn't willing to let that happen. Our marriage not working had never been an option for us, no matter what. And so, sensing that Trisha was worried that I blamed her for it, I looked at her and I said, we're not going to let this come between us. And she looked at me and she said, okay. He has intellectual and physical disabilities from the injury, and he's got all, just kind of a list of things that fall under those two categories. And artwork ended up being his therapy. And so he spent a lot of time doing art. But I can tell you that spiritually, there's nothing deficient in him whatsoever. Everybody who knows him knows that God's given him a gift spiritually to improve other people's perspective and their outlook. So the church that we had our primary spiritual development in was the church we were at when Eli was hurt. And they were there for us, and just in countless ways, just amazing ways. Their prayers and their support during that time and through the next couple of years was really just incredibly important. About 5 years after the accident, that we felt like it was time to move on to something different. Actually, Angie Frames, Mama Faye, she told us, "Hey, you guys got to try PCC. It meets at the high school, and you'll love it." And we had some other friends, the Kings, that were also looking for a new church at the time. We came to PCC and we were all in.
Well, one of my favorite songs at PCC is "You Are Good," and I just really like the song because I really feel like if I'm honestly worshiping in that song, I really feel close to God like no other time before.
We're the Tiller family, and we're just one.